Hi guys, it's me Karen, and I've come to do a Happy Mail thank you. I received this last night in the mail, which means it came yesterday, and it did not come with a note, it did not come with a name, so I am thanking the anonymous person who sent this. And if it was you and you don't mind, you could always leave your little name in a comment down below and I can give you a proper thank you. I want to thank you. This is a beautiful book. I kind of looked through it last night when I got it and I was just like, oh my gosh, all the cute pictures in here. So I've kind of already melted over a few of them. So this is the world under or on land under the microscope or the looking glass, magnifying glass, whichever one you want to use as the word for this peeping glass we have here. So it's all the life on land. The other one I have is all the life underneath the water. So that's the two of these books I have. And on the front cover, you get the cute little bunny here and this adorable snail. And this cover does open up. And then you get their colored adaptation here on the front. And then, of course, the first bee you get is the bee that is on the cover here. So if you wanted, you could just color your own and let it be seen here. So we're going to go on into the book. I'll break the spine a little bit more there. So I'm going to do a quick little flip through. Hopefully you stay in. I have pencils all over my desk as normal. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I tend to do when I'm coloring something, is I'll leave the pencils out so I know which ones I'm using, and after a while my desk looks like a tornado hit it, or my cat. So here we go. This is the front page. It's Rita Berman book, and like I said, I have a couple of her other ones. We have our copyright information over here. My hand will be covering some of the page here because of copyright reasons. This one is an adorable little conglomeration of all the little animals. So we have jungle animals down at the bottom, and we have forest animals at the top, and some tropical animals over here, along with like the snowy mountains and a village and the warmer climate down below. So it's kind of like our little world of different areas. It's really cute. We have our looking glass page and then some information. I did not translate this, so I will not be reading that today. You can take a picture, you can put it in Google Translate. I have an app on my phone and it just translated into English from German. This one's a really cute little page you can start off with. This could also be a test page if you like, with the little bubbles and testing your media. Because the other page is just words, so you can do whatever you want on that page. Here we've got like a little mandala with all the little bugs and little flowers, tiny little leaves. Really pretty page. Here we have the bees, the butterflies, the lizards, and going into owls, squirrels, and cute little hedgehogs, and a little fox down here. Just adorable pages. I love all of these pages. Double page spread. Heather just did this page. She did it beautifully with different media. So I'm looking forward to now being able to follow that. Then we have a huge like sunflower here with a whole bunch of little honeybees. And then we have the bee page. It is a double page spread, but you could do this as a single page and this as a single page if you like. Here we have a nice little nest, which you could do either for Easter or spring, because that spring is when our little birdies, oh boy, will leave, make their nests. I'm sorry, it is snowing like a Dickens out here, and cars are going to start sliding, and I can hear them already. We got the cute little bunny here, and a little bird, and then, of course, the little flowers coming across. This is beautiful too. I mean, every page in here, I just went, ooh, squeal, squeal last night. You should have heard me. You wouldn't. You wouldn't like it. Anyway, see, these kind of remind me of dogwood blossoms. We have a dogwood tree outside. It's a little mini dogwood that blooms in pink. It's really pretty. And we have kind of the swirl that reminds me of a wind blowing in a nice pattern, or a more structured garden. Here we have flowers, and then of course all the beautiful butterflies. On this side we have one half of a butterfly, which is kind of awesome because I like doing one half of the butterfly and then I always have to try to fix the other half to look like this half. I don't have that problem here. It's kind of cool. Okay, next page we have a pretty little flower over here, and then this adorable mouse with his little mouse house mushroom, which is just cute, cute. Here we have the bee honeycomb page, and then we have the big bee here, which I've seen done and gorgeous. Yeah, I like that page a lot. This one is one of my favorite pages. Why, I don't know, but it is. It's got the one flower coming up. We've got the underground. When I color it, I'm going to add a couple little ants down here. We have my little snail friends up here. We got a little bug, and we have a butterfly, and the background can be done in distress ink, or your Neo2s, or watercolor, or pastels, or makeup, whatever you wish. This will be really cute done. I may do this one today. Here we have a little maze. And yes, this is another one of my favorite pages. Look at all the little snails with their homes on their backs. And yes, I was like, little mobile homes. Too cute. Here we have the little snail over here. He's got the little leaf shading his head. He's moving his house at night. He's got a little light in front. This would just be, I mean, yeah, I'm going to have fun in this book. Here we have a gorgeous bird. We have the houses in the wings here, and then it's raining, so we're keeping the houses dry. And here we can test out our color combinations on our berries. So we have all sorts of berries. You can change the colors, the leaves, and everything to go with it. This would be a great practice sheet, and or you could use this in your color charting if you keep a color chart, and label like this one as a 1 and put it in your color chart. Put down the color pencils you use to do these berries and these leaves, and then number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and always have a place to look back on what you are doing. Beautiful little mandala type wreath here with all the little pretty berries, and then we have a beautiful page with these big flowers and the bugs. Just, oh, pretty. Someone else made a noise out there. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I had to check to make sure no one hit anybody. So here we have I believe this is the front page. So we have the little animals here, the looking glass, the deer, right in here. And then on the inside of that flap is this side with the bunny and the little snail. The little mouse. I mean, we got everybody here. We got the bug, we got the bees. I think there's a lizard in here somewhere. Here we've got the houses. So we've got the bee houses, little bee hives. That's what I'm going to call them. Around in my neck of the woods, you can actually have one of these in your backyard. We have it's called Bees in the Burbs. And they come out and they will give you a little hive to put out in your garden, and they come and collect the honey for you. It's really a neat thing. Got a beautiful teapot here. Another beautiful page that I'm definitely going to color. I have not found a page in here I would not color. We have lemons and oranges, so you have your citrus colors here. You could do the same thing with your color charting. And here we have a beautiful little, got pomegranates and oranges and kiwis and everything in here. That would be just gorgeous colored up. We've got some leaves blowing here, and then on a leaf we have the leaf itself is made out of critters. So we've got the bugs and the butterflies, dragonflies, ladybugs, and then a bunch of little swirlies in between. That is going to be pretty done up too. By the way, this card that this paper is on is really, really nice. It's thick, has enough tooth for your pencils. You can put water medium on it. You can put, all your pencils will work on it. Watercolor I've seen in here, Inktense pencils, everything. Cutie pie right there. This is a lot of leaves and flowers, berries, which is nice, but this would take me a couple days. Do a flower, go away, come back, do another one. But we do have a beautiful little hedgehog here. I just love his nose. He's so cute. And then you have kind of a wallpaper here, another gorgeous wreath with the butterflies on it. It's just yummy, yummy. And then chipmunks. It's double page spread, but again, you could do it as a single page and a single page. So we have our chipmunks gathering our nuts, and then we have kind of our nut houses. And a couple of other bees down here. Another wreath with berries in it, and then a big old birdie on this side. He's so cute. Then we have an assortment of like ornaments. So we have the pine cones, the nuts, all beautifully done. This could be gorgeous for Christmas. And then we have these adorable birds and their berries, and they're picking them and putting them in baskets. Too cute. Mr. Page. Yes, this little delicate bug. He's so cute. And we've got the pine cones and the pine trees, along with like a wood pile with mushrooms growing in it, which is adorable. We have a beautiful, I'm going to call him a reindeer, because he looks like he's out during the winter time with the holly berries and such. And then we got the bunny, which is just adorable. I love this page too. It's just snowflakes, but I love it. Then we have the big bear and the constellation for the bear. There's a story behind the constellation that gives you the nose and the feet and the tail of the bear, and the story will tell you why the bear no longer has a tail. You'll have to look that story up. That this is the gigantic bear here. These are the mountains and the trees, and obviously he is just big and historic there. That'll be a good page to do too. So this one kind of follows the front cover where we have our forest animals going into the jungle animals. They are separate pages, so they don't really connect, but you can color them with the same background and make them cohesive enough to look like they do. I like that page a lot. Here we have our jungle scene, so we've got our more jungle type animals here. The gorgeous parrot. This is a double page spread. I would, because you have space in here, take just one of the nice little fine liners and attach the lines together, and that's what I'll be doing when I do that page. Here we have just leaves, a great practice page, and it's repetitive, so you can try out different color combinations. If you want to do a ripe pineapple and a not so ripe, or a pink and purple one, or a blue one, check them out. Another wallpaper page, and then of course we have the king pineapple. I think it's gorgeous. We've got a hummingbird here, and then an elephant with his umbrella. That is so cool. Flamingos. Pretty little bird. And then we have our cactus. I think this page will be a lot of fun too, and a little gecko down here. My daughter told me what these were. They are to take away your nightmares, your bad dreams. They start with a T. Hold on. Okay, had to ask. They are called tapirs. They are real rainforest animals, but in the stories that are told about them, that they, in mythological type stories, they will eat up your bad dreams. And They are adorable. We've got our little giraffe on this side. And then on the end of the book, we go through all the other books that she has in her collection. I now own, well, I don't own the spring, summer, and winter ones, but I own the underwater one, and I own the, what is the other one? The seasons? Yeah, the seasons one. Love these books. So that is the flip through of this one, and I am going to set up a page to do, so hold on for that. Okay, I'm going to do this page just because I like it so much, and I'm probably going to just use the pencil that I have on my desk, but I had told you I'm going to draw some little ants down here. So I pulled out 2 of these pens. I've got one in a very fine point, which is 005, and one that is a little bit bigger for 8. I might even add a few extra these little bubbly things going around here, who knows. But for now we're just going to add, I think, 2 or 3 ants in here, just because it screams for me to do this. Now my ants are not going to be, you know, the best ants you've ever seen. Okay? They're just going to resemble ants. So we're going to have one. Oh, he's going to be right about here. So we do kind of a big for his back end, his head, and then we'll just add a skinnier one in here. And like I said, they're not going to be the best. They're just going to resemble ants. So we're going to put a little antenna on him. And little feet. Okay, and if we want, we can kind of give him connection points. And there we have a little ant. Now I can tell he's an ant. Maybe somebody else can't, but I can. And we're going to, put one here. Yeah, he's going to go upward. We'll give him his little antenna. Give him some hands and some little feet. He's going to wave high. Okay. And then we're going to put another one up here going the opposite direction. Little antenna, and he'll be coming downward. So now we have some ants here, and for the bubbles and stuff, we'll just take the this is the we'll put it that way, 005, and we're just going to pull out a few more of these circles here and there. It's a nice pen to do this in. Give you the nice circles. So this will be either coming out into this area, or I might even bring it up, but that I will have to do a little later. But that is what I mean by doing that. Okay, we're going to just jump in with the leaf here. And I have some polychromos out that I was doing leaves in another book. So I'm trying to find those. I seem to only have a couple of green ones out. What did I do with them? Here we are. Okay, so I brought out Juniper Green, which is 165. We have Earth Green Yellowish, 168. And we either have cream or ivory. I'm not sure. It depends on how bright we want it. So one of these two will be used. So we'll start with this one. And we're just going to come up the side of the plant here. Just a little soft pressure on this. And then on this back petal, we'll just come in under here as a darker color. So I'll put a few layers on that. And just bring it out dark to where the lines come out. And then just lighten it all the way up. So we'll go over this a few times with this color. I just have to remind myself that the polychromos are layering pencils. So you really want to layer them to get the right color you want. And then we'll bring it up on this side. Up to our little bug. Go on the other side of his foot. And we're going to darken it under here too. We'll bring that color out into the other leaf real lightly. Other side of the leaf, I meant. Okay, not sure what to do on the inside of that yet. All right, we're going to bring in the yellowish earth, yeah, green yellowish color. Just lay that right on top. Again, a nice light covering. On all three of these. Okay, then we're going to bring in the cream. So we're going to go over everything again. Okay, then we're going to go back in with the darker color. I'm going to sharpen that pencil, sorry. All right. So I'm going to put a little medium pressure on this. I find that if you put hard pressure on the polychromos, that they don't blend as nicely. So it's either a soft, or a medium. Just going to bring a little of that back up into the other color. It's okay if you get it on the other plant. It'll just be, part of the green on the other one. So here you get to change the color if you like by just putting another layer on it. So I'm going to go medium pressure in here. If you don't like all that yellow, just kind of go over it. These are kind of forgiving that way. Okay, go back under this one. Medium pressure, bring some of that color out. And just really lightly blend it. I'm sorry, losing my voice here. Excuse me. Just a light pressure here to bring it out into the other color. You just keep going over it until you get the color that you want. Okay, excuse me, bring in the other lighter color, go over it again. And we're getting the start of that. I'm going to bring in another color, which is the Payne's Gray, and that's 181. And we're going to put that right down in the corners here to darken those up a little bit. And as long as you do this lightly, you will get a nice blend into that darkest green there. Then right on this edge, kind of bring it out. And that gives us a nice shadow there. Anywhere else you want to put a shadow. Shouldn't even really call it a shadow. It's just where the points are and where you want a little more depth. If you're doing this nice and light, it just blends right into that color underneath it. And there we go. If you'd like to blend that a little better, you can always bring in the Caran d'Ache blender and just run that on top. I'm not sure what color I'll do the bug, but I'm just going to go over it. Just kind of knocks down the tooth and makes a smoother look here. And there we go. One of the things I should have done was put a piece of paper behind there. I can still do that. I have it clipped just so it won't jump up and down because it's on that side of the page. All right, the inside here. I'm going to leave that because it has a pattern in it. I might want to keep that pattern just because of what's going on down here. So we'll do the little flower. And I'm not quite sure what kind of flower this is, but it reminds me of something that would come up. It would either be green or a brown. I'm not the best at, I mean, I do have a garden, don't get me wrong, I do know what grows in the garden, at least mine, but I don't have this particular one. I'm thinking it either comes up as a, well, we're gonna do the little vines in the greens, so we'll just go back in with the darkest of the greens. And we'll make the bottom of them darker. Where they're shadowed will be darker. And right underneath the flowering part. And we'll go up with the other colors. Just gonna bring some of this out up here. Come in with the second color here. The cream. We're going to go in with the Payne's gray. Just darken up these areas. And then back in with the darker color. When I say darker, it's the Juniper Green. And then back in with the, it's called Earth Green Yellowish. Put a little heavier pressure on it. Okay, got our green going up, and then all I have to do is figure out the flower color. I'm going to do that later, along with the inside of here. It's going to have some green in it. So we're going to bring in the light color here. Maybe I'll just go over those with a what you call it, stickles or something. So I'm just going to color it light, a nice light coat of it. Okay, it's kind of a cup. So in my head, I'm trying to figure out how to do a cup. All right, we're going to go in with the Juniper Green. And we're going to kind of lay it down this kind of area here. Okay, we'll go back in with the earth green yellowish. I hope this isn't boring for you. Should have picked a different pencil. Go in with the cream. Back in with the juniper. And put medium pressure on this to get this area a little darker. Okay, I don't know if this is turning out or not, but I'm trying. Medium color out. I'm going to bring in the Payne's gray. We're going to have to hold on just a second here. Okay, I'm back. And we're going to darken this area on this side. Kind of right down the middle here. And this is just light pressure on this. Okay, then we're going to take back in the juniper and go over all of that. Medium pressure, just to blend that gray in a little bit better. Okay, then we're going to attempt to blend this with the blending stick. Come down from the top. my little duster. And it kind of looks like it's concaved, but we're going to help it out a little bit with a little bit of Prismacolor white here. I'm going to put a little on it on this side. Tiny bit coming up here, and a little over on this side. Just to highlight a little bit. We'll do that on the other leaves so they match. There we go. That's as close as I'm going to get it. We'll do the little bottom part, which is going to change into a brown color. So I guess I better get out a brownish color. You're brown, right? Burnt sienna. I'm going to add that in here first, so our roots are going to be darker. So just a real light coloring on these. So we want to bring some of that green down into this. And a little brown up here too. Just kind of all over, so the plant looking all the kind of the same. All right, we'll bring in the juniper, kind of go over that. Okay, bring in the yellowish earth green. Hoping you can see this. I didn't even look at the camera, sorry. Okay. I'm going to pull in a little, I don't know about that color, or darker brown. burnt umber here. Then on the tips, we're doing a medium pressure on that, and then just pulling it up lightly, just to get the tips a little darker. Bring some of that color up into the leaf too. And we'll color some of this into the flower portion. And darker down at the base of it, and just let it lighten on its way up. Okay, I'm gonna bring in I don't know, we're gonna go in with the cream. Sure, we'll see how that works. Okay, then we'll go back in with the, what is this, burnt umber. Just kind of lay it back on the cream. Put some pressure around the base and where you want shadows. She puts little tiny little pointism, I guess is what you call that, down on where she likes the shadowing effects. So it's pretty easy to follow that. Just make it darker where she's got a lot of little tiny dots. And I'm going to leave the dots because I want to get them a special color. Okay, but just go over it again. And I'm thinking that looks pretty good. All right, so we're gonna do, I think, this leaf, and then we're gonna have to call this as part 1, and we'll come back and do the rest of this in another video. I kind of have to get to the grocery store, and the snow is not letting up. So I want to go before it gets too much on the roads. So what did I do with that darker color? Okay, we're going to go in with the juniper in the darkest where she's got all her little dots, and then we're going to just pull it out lightly. I am not a snow driver. I don't like driving in the snow. Fortunately, I have a store that's not too far away, right next to the gas station, which I have to put gas in the car. So, one-stop shopping. Putting a little bit of pressure on it up here at the top where the little dots are, and then going down. These are like little veins that are coming down, so I'm going to leave those. A lighter color, we'll go in with the earth green yellowish. Put that down here too. All right. Gonna go in with the Payne's gray. Darken up those little shadow areas. And right underneath this leaf, where the shadow hit, we're going to put it down here too. Just kind of blend it out. Okay, I'm going to take in the Juniper Green again, and we're going to go right over those gray lines we just put down. Okay, back in with the yellowish earth dude. Just going to go over all of it. Okay, we're going to get my little eraser. I should have left those a little lighter. So So we're just going to take it and kind of drag it up this little mountain on this side. Leave this side dark. Just kind of bring it up a little bit, and you get that kind of little ruffling effect on that. Sometimes it's easier just to take away a little color than it is to try to add a lighter bit to it. So we get a little ruffling that way. We'll do it on the underside too. And just right along this edge, down into the area, on the tip. Just makes it look a little more intentional, like I wanted it to look that way. We're going to take in the Caran d'Ache. I always rub the end off of this, no matter what color I have on it, just so it doesn't bleed into it. And we'll just rub that on top. It'll blend everything in, and it'll help what I just erased. Bring in some of that color. Okay, I want this underside of this leaf a little darker, so I'm going to just go back in with the juniper part with a medium pressure. And then we can bring back in the Payne's Gray. And that gives us our little extra depth down on the bottom, just to highlight that ruffle. And there we got another leaf. I'll do this one the same way. The little snails are so cute. Okay, so that'll be it for today, and I will see you in part 2 of this picture. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will get out into the snow. Take care, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.